Blessings. Beautiful being. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your love. Watching if you're watching the video. Listening if you're listening to the recording. Okay, so this episode is about oneness, the 12 universal laws. The first one being oneness. And to be honest, every time I thought about doing this podcast or this video, because I am posting this to the Evolve group as well as we dive into the 12 universal laws. And when number one came up as being oneness, I was like, yep, cool, no worries. Yep, got that down pat. And then I've actually struggled to articulate what oneness is, to explain it to the audience. Because for me, oneness, it's not you can intellectualize parts of it, but oneness is, you feel the connection within. So it's a knowing with your whole being rather than intellectualizing it. And the difference, like the discernment between when we explain awareness and energy and connection, if it's something that you've only just started on the path of, it can be quite overwhelming to comprehend because your mind is trying to intellectualize it. And so it is something that you need to embody as you go. And so the best way that I can share oneness with you is for you to be still. I'm going to channel this rather than try to explain it in an intellectual way. Now, I'm actually quite a logical person, so sometimes I can struggle to articulate for other people in to understand, even though I'm quite logical, because I'm like, oh yeah, well this is how it works, and yeah, and then they're like, nope. So I'm going to do my best to articulate this in a logical sense that you can receive, but also to help you embody the understanding. And if you don't get it, that's totally fine, because the navigating the human experience is a journey. You don't have to know everything and get everything, okay? So please be patient with yourself as well as you unravel all of these pieces. So the 12 universal laws, I don't even know how to explain that, so I'm not even going to, but I really just want to drop into oneness. So take a breath, sit in stillness, take a breath, and just be here in this space with me now. And so being in this space with me now, a matter of oneness is a matter of being in the present moment, in time and space, connecting to all beings, all sentient beings, all earth, all mother's creation. Okay, so everything is energy, everything is frequency. There are different frequencies at all different, there are different frequencies in all different levels, in all different ways, coming, going. And so oneness is about being a frequency and aligning to different frequencies as you go throughout your everyday. It's about not just being a human, an inhabitant of Earth. It's about being connected to all the energies in Earth. So it's not about you being on Earth. It's about you being of Earth, in Earth, okay, so what I'm seeing now is a sphere, be representative of Earth. So I'm seeing a sphere, and within that sphere, it's like a network. I'm just saying a network. Zoom, 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 zoom. A network of all different frequencies, and they're going everywhere. And so it's about you allowing yourself to imagine or perceive yourself as many different frequencies rather than just as a human body. So your mind, your thoughts run at different frequencies. Your body, your organs, your chakras, your heart chakra, everything is running at a different frequency and all connecting in with everything. It's all connecting in with everything. It's connectedness. It's a network. And everything in Earth, of Earth, is the same. So the trees, the wind, the animals, the dirt, so the earth, the grass, other people, everything within Earth, of Earth, is of these frequencies. And so if you can imagine the sphere with all of these frequencies, then they affect each other. And so if there is something happening on the other side of the world, as we know there is war, or there is natural events happening. I don't like to call them natural disasters. I like to call them natural events. Okay, because they are a natural event. It doesn't have to be a disaster. It's only our minds that are saying it's disaster because it impacts us. However, it's not necessarily a disaster for Earth. It could be that Earth is doing exactly what it needs to do in order to recalibrate itself. So for it, it's not a disaster, it's a recalibration. So I'm going to call it a natural event. So there's many natural events happening. And so all of those natural events, the war, but then there's also beautiful, amazing things happening. Okay. We hear so much about the negatives. But there are beautiful, amazing positives happening around the world as well. And so all of that has a frequency as well. And so all of that is moving around, energy, 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 energy. And you are of Earth. So therefore that energy then affects you as well. And your energy also then affects your environment. Okay? In a whatever way, whatever frequency you're vibing at, whatever your thoughts are doing at the time, whatever your internal energy is doing at the time. I say internal, but it's all one anyway. All of that is connected. And so, as above, so below. Because then outside of Earth, we also have the universe. We have the cosmos. We have the stars. We have, everything that is happening beyond our atmosphere. The sun, the moon. Also, the frequencies that they're moving at are then impacting its surroundings as well, within, without as well. So if there's solar flares or, full moon, new moon, all the moons in between, those different energies are vibrating in a different frequency all the time and changing, interchanging. And so therefore that then affects what's around it in its existence, which Earth, and then within Earth, all of us, everything on Earth, in Earth, of Earth. And so when we talk about oneness, and when we talk about empathy and we can feel what's happening around the world, and there is that element of empathy, because you can feel how that would feel, and you take on that emotion, or you create that emotion, and you feel sad for that, or angry for that, or happy for that, joyful for that, compassion for that, love for that, gratitude for that. And so that's the emotion that occurs in your body, and that can be recognized as empathy, acknowledged as empathy. But it's also frequencies that are occurring all the time, interchangeable, networking all the time. Now, if you want to go a bit deeper, then when we talk about manifestation, and we talk about oneness, and we talk about timelines, and I know that we're going to dive into this a bit more with the other 12 universal laws. When we talk about alignment, it is aligning to the knowing that there are frequencies interchanging, and to align your frequencies with a connected emotion of the sensation that happens in your body, and elevate those emotions, then you connect to a higher vibrational frequency that is also vibing on that frequency, that you will then attract that same frequency. And so that's how we come into oneness, because it is all one. It's not just you on earth. You are connected to all. I've got another screen here and it just flicked on and off. Hello. Thank you for being here and helping me guide through this explanation for all these beautiful beings. I'm just feeling how else I can explain oneness to you. If you close your eyes and just imagine for a moment, or just feel into your body. Feel what your body's doing. Is it tingling? Is there any resistance? Is there any tension? Place your hands on your heart and feel your heartbeat. Everything is here. Everything is in existence in your world. And then thank you. I'm getting visions. So you can be in the center, but I'm going to invite you to allow yourself to be lighter, to be light. And I don't mean light as if you're turning on a light. I mean light as in not heavy. So I invite you to be light, to be free, to allow to feel yourself as almost like you're floating in the universe, floating of earth or in earth, and just floating around in the air. Yeah. But then also feel that, but then also know that your feet are connected to the earth. But then also that floaty feeling, because earth is also vibing at a frequency, all different frequencies. And so you can still be connected to the earth with your feet, but still feel that light feeling that all is connected. And oneness. Now oneness is also, this just dropped in, oneness is also the intellectual acknowledgement that as a human species, no one is above or below anybody. We all have our own stories. We all have our own journeys. Every single person on this earth has a story, has a journey. And so coming into oneness is also about understanding that, knowing that, and being in a space of non-judgment. Knowing that the person in front of you has had many stories on this journey that they may not share with you, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. And so there'll be many different experiences, good and bad, however their mind has inferred it. But for you to then stand in a space with somebody and just see them as another human being without any judgments about how they look, how they talk, how they walk, that is also oneness. Because none of us are perfect in the sense that none of us have no story, no journey, no thoughts, no feelings. So everybody has a different story or a different journey, different thoughts, different feelings. However those thoughts and feelings have come about. And it's not our right to judge another. You can be mindful of what you want in your life and what is in your highest good, but that still doesn't mean that you have a right to judge somebody else, whether it be in a good or bad way. And that's also, where unconditional love comes into it. Because unconditional love really is just the acknowledgement of oneness and trust and knowing that we are of this world. And when you trust that, and you trust that there is so much more going on as far as consciousness goes, then you start to expand your own consciousness by trusting that and just knowing that everything's going to be okay. And sometimes there will be challenges and obstacles, because that is the human journey. And it's about growth and expansion, but it's also, you have those challenges to come home to you, come home to yourself, and see how beautiful and imperfectly perfect you are. So it's not, and when I'm saying you're not perfect, it's not perfect in the unhealthy ego sense. You are perfect in the sense that you are everything that you are meant to be. And then all the different aspects that come with that with being a human. And so, there's so many different layers to that. Because even in relationships, relationships doesn't just necessarily mean romantic. Many different relationships. Oneness. Allowing the other being to be. Allowing the other being to be. The other being who you are in a relationship with or in a connection with has their own journey. And so, as you do. And so again, oneness, they have their own journey, you have your own journey, but then you can be together in a relationship, whether it be a conscious relationship or consciously expanded relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever relationship it may be. But also, if it's not in your highest good, to acknowledge that and let them go on their own path, knowing that we are all a part of something, a part of Earth or within Earth, and that they vibrate on all their different frequencies as well, and that it's all interconnected. And this is where reflection comes into it as well, that if you are vibrating on a certain frequency and the person, someone around you is vibrating on a different frequency, because they're having different thoughts, different feelings, they've got a different subconscious to what you have, different memories, all those kind of things, different emotions. So if they're vibrating on a different frequency than you, and you don't have that frequency match, then that can create incompatibility in that sense, but then one day might be different from the next. So again, it's about staying grounded in oneness and acceptance. And yeah, there was more that I was going to say about that, but it's gone now. Relationships. Yeah, so when you're attracting, or if you're in cycles, there's a whole lot of vibrational frequency going on there. Oneness. Okay. Oh, that was the other thing. So the work that I do is, I do mediumship and I do psychic tarot readings. And that is also how I then connect to oneness, because me being able to do mediumship is a divine conscious awareness, because I've expanded my conscious awareness to accept oneness and to listen and feel into other energies and see other energies. But I do it in my mind's eye. It's not, I don't see spirits directly in front of me as some other people do. I see them in my mind's eye, my vision, and I can explain what they look like to the person who is receiving the communication, so me being a conduit. And so I know that oneness is a thing, because I can sit here and be a human in my human body, but then align with energetic energetic beings, thank you, not on the other side. It's, for me, some people will say on the other side. For me, it's like a veil. It's almost like as if you put virtual reality goggles on and you go into a different realm. I'm still in this realm, but I can connect into that realm. So it's energy. I'm connecting with energetic beings. I'm connecting with energy. Or my energy is connecting with energy. So that's the divine consciousness, because it's expanded so that my conscious state is not just subconscious conscious. It's expanded consciousness, which I believe everybody has the ability to get to that point. So that's oneness as well, because it all exists within this time and space. And also when you talk about past, present, and future, when you have a memory of the past, it's in the present. You have that memory in the present moment. When you're thinking about the future, you are thinking about it in the present moment. So again, it's all in the present, and it's all part of one. Now, I know that there is more. 12. There's another 11 universal laws to delve into, so I'm sure I'm going to cover this with polarity and all sorts of things. I love polarity. That's one of my favorites. So I won't keep going with this. If you would like to chat more with me about oneness, if you have your own insight or your own way of articulating what oneness is, then please share. And yeah, share in the comments sections on all of these platforms that this is going to be shared in. Reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about it some more. I am always open to other perspectives, other insights. Oh, I just heard other belief systems too. So that's interesting. Because you've got to remember too, like this is just, I'm delivering this from what I see, think, feel, understand, acknowledge, but your experiences and your journey may be different to mine, will be different to mine. They may be similar, but they will not be exactly the same. And so if you want to share, please do. I really invite that. And I hope that I've provided some clarity as well and some understanding. And also, if you do want to connect with me in the space of the Evolve program, a reading, mediumship, anything like that, then please let me know. I just saw 444 on my clock. So even if you want to chat about angel numbers, or if you want to know more about like the other side of things where I talk about mediumship and in the expanded divine consciousness, then please let's have a chat about that as well. I am here to talk. I am here to process. I'm here to channel. Is there anything else that I need to share with these beautiful beings about oneness? Wholeness. That just said wholeness. Okay. I just heard wholeness. Yeah. Wholeness. Yeah, so this is, okay. So wholeness and oneness. Everything and everyone is connected, so you're not missing anything. And when you come home to yourself and you come into that space of wholeness, when nothing's missing, then you are connected to oneness. It's magical. I love it. Okay. All right. I'm going to send you all lots of love, and I look forward to doing more of these as we explore the 12 universal laws. Mwah! Peace be with you all. Yeah. Go and do some self-love. I just heard somebody needs to go and do some self-love. Maybe that was a message for me because I'm just being super busy. Even though I feel like this is self-love for me because I love doing it. But anyway, enjoy. Bye for now.